The guy just said he liked married women. The next moment he actually reincarnated into a man's body. That man was a wife-beater, who had married a beautiful woman, and had a cute daughter with her. After the honeymoon phase ended he got fired from his company, and believed marrying this jinx was why he lost his career. Right now the mother and daughter who had just been beaten by the original owner were trembling on the sofa. She had thought about leaving with her daughter before, but she was an orphan herself, and all the money in the house was in that devil's hands. Seeing the fear on their faces the guy sighed. Then he slowly stood up and turned on the light. Looking at the messy room he first opened the window for air, then silently began cleaning up the empty bottles. Lisa still held Lily and curled up on the sofa without moving, but a flicker of surprise showed in her eyes. The guy didn't bother the mother and daughter. He took a towel roamed the kitchen and cleaned the table, until the room was spotless. He was dripping with sweat, so he took clean clothes from the bedroom and went into the bathroom. Lisa stared at the closed bathroom door, finally letting out a sigh of relief. She looked at the now tidy room, her eyes full of disbelief. She thought, what does this devil mean by this? Daughter said, Mom, I'm hungry. She patted Lily's head, but could only wait until the devil went to sleep before cooking. Then the bathroom door opened and the guy walked out. The mother and daughter on the sofa both shrank back. The guy shook his head ignoring them. He opened the door and walked out. Lisa froze despair in her eyes. She thought, was he going out to buy more alcohol? Hadn't he drunk enough tonight? She and Lily would go hungry another night. She bit her lip, tears falling uncontrollably. Her daughter thought her own hunger made Mom cry, reached out her little hand clumsily ipping her mother's face, said, Mom, don't cry, Lily isn't hungry anymore. Lily thought her hunger was why Mom was crying. Mom bit her lip, tears falling harder. After a long moment she spoke in a trembling soft voice, Lily, be good, Mom will sing you to sleep, you won't be hungry if you sleep. Tomorrow morning Mom will wake up early and make you something delicious. She gently hummed a lullaby coaxing her daughter to sleep. Watching her daughter's eyes slowly close, she thought about her 2 years of marriage, her heart full of sorrow. She finally decided tomorrow she would leave this hell. Even dying outside would be better than being tortured to death by that devil. Suddenly the sound of the door unlocking came from outside. Lisa, still lost in thought, trembled again. Instinctively she covered her daughter's ears and listened quietly. The guy pushed open the door and instinctively looked toward the sofa. He thought they must have gone back to the bedroom, but they hadn't eaten yet. He looked at the food in his hands, paused for a moment, then placed it on the table and walked toward the bedroom. Lisa kept her body tense. Hearing footsteps slowly approaching the bedroom she silently prayed, don't come in. The next moment a knock suddenly sounded. The guy said, I bought you two some food, if you're hungry come out and eat. I'll sleep in the side room tonight. Lisa's eyes flew open. Then she heard the footsteps gradually fade away. Her daughter had opened her eyes at some point. She had clearly heard the guy's voice, and was staring curiously at the closed door. Today that smelly dad actually didn't come back to the bedroom to sleep, and said he bought food for them. Thinking about food she got hungry again and swallowed. Looking at Lisa expectantly, Lisa lowered her head and saw her daughter's hopeful eyes, summoned her courage, tiptoed quietly to the bedroom door and opened it. The aroma of food from the dining table hit her nose. Lisa's eyes instantly welled up. She thought he actually did buy food for them. Why would he do this? Her daughter ran over barefoot, peeking through the crack in the door, drool unconsciously dripping down, but she didn't act on her own. She looked up with big eyes staring unblinkingly at her mother. Her mother helplessly closed her eyes, took a deep breath, then picked up her daughter, said, Lily, be good, let's eat quietly. Lily hurriedly nodded her little head. The guy in the room of course heard the commotion outside, and sighed deeply again. After sighing he started thinking. Just now buying the food he realized there was only a little over 1,800 in savings left in this house. Just because the guy said he liked married women. The next moment he actually reincarnated into a wife-beater. The man had a very beautiful wife and an adorable daughter, but after marriage he often abused his wife. At this moment the wife who had just been beaten by the original owner was trembling on the sofa. The guy didn't rashly approach the mother and daughter. Instead he cleaned up and then went out to bring back food. The wife was very confused by the guy's behavior. She didn't dare to act rashly. The next morning at exactly 6 o'clock, the guy gently opened the door and walked out of the bedroom. The dining table and kitchen were spotlessly clean. Lisa must have cleaned up after eating last night. He then quietly went into the bathroom to wash up. He knew Lisa usually got up at 8 to make breakfast, because the original owner always slept until after 10. Lisa was actually awake in her room, but she didn't dare go out. The sounds of washing from outside disappeared. She stared at the bedroom door feeling curious, wondering where he had gone out again. She waited a long time but still no sound outside. She glanced at her daughter still sleeping soundly beside her, thought it over and mustered her courage to quietly go out and take a look. The smell of alcohol in the room had mostly dissipated. Fresh air flowed in through the window making the room smell good. This situation felt surreal to her. It had been a very long time since she had smelled this kind of fresh scent. She went to the window and looked out at the world outside, unconsciously lost in thought. Only at this moment did she suddenly remember she was only 24 years old. After who knows how long the sound of the door came again. Lisa instinctively tensed up all over. She turned her body mechanically. The guy also stood there awkwardly frozen, not expecting Lisa to already be awake. After washing up he realized there was no food at home, so he went out to buy some. Both of them stood there stunned. Only then did the guy get a clear look at his wife's appearance. She was very beautiful, much more so than celebrities, but she was too thin, her face deathly pale. probably from not seeing sunlight for a long time and being malnourished. Seeing this, he felt pain, hatred and awkwardness all at once. He was the first to break the silence, saying good morning. I'll go cook first. Then he quickly walked into the kitchen carrying the groceries. Lisa could hardly believe it. He actually said good morning to her. And since when did he know how to cook? She silently watched the busy back in the kitchen. A great sense of grievance surged in her heart. Her eyes gradually welled up. At that moment their daughter woke up and couldn't find her mother. She ran out barefoot. As soon as she came out, she smelled the aroma of food. She turned her head and stared at the kitchen with wide eyes. The guy in the kitchen naturally saw this little one too. He smiled at his daughter. Unexpectedly, the daughter shrank back in fear behind Lisa. Soon the food was ready. The guy looked at the two still standing stiffly in the distance, said go wash up and come eat. The daughter was clearly already swallowing her saliva, but she still didn't move. Lisa also stared at this scene with some fear. The guy had been somewhat expectant, but seeing their guarded expressions, he was silent for a moment, then sighed and said you two eat first. After speaking, he walked into the side bedroom. Lisa didn't move. She watched the side bedroom door close. Only then did she let her daughter eat. The daughter eagerly scooped up a spoonful of egg custard and put it in her mouth. Thinking this was the first time her dad had cooked for her, it was really delicious. Lisa just silently ate her meal, her heart struggling and lost. Her gaze unconsciously drifted to that tightly closed side bedroom door. The guy transmigrated into a wife-beater. To make up for the harm the original owner caused them, and to make his wife and daughter stop fearing him, he started taking the initiative to cook for them. He gently pushed the door open, creating a small gap to look outside, just in time to see his wife holding their daughter and leaving the dining table. Her eyes were red as if she had just been crying. She clearly saw him too. After a moment of shock, she quickly carried the child back into the room. The man breathed a sigh of relief, pushed the door open and walked to the dining table. Finally he could eat. He looked at the food clearly left for him on the table, feeling a bit happy. After finishing all the food on the table, he cleaned up the dishes and with nothing to do wandered around the room, checking out the layout of the home. It was a 2-bedroom 1-living-room apartment, only 50 square meters. They had bought it together with their own money when they got married. Everything in the house was arranged back then, but these things were already looking a bit worn out. It was hard to imagine how Lisa had managed to live with the child in this kind of atmosphere for 2 years, hardly going out. Just then the bedroom door suddenly opened again. A little head peeked out. Lily tilted her head, looking at him curiously. Those bright eyes were full of innocence and clarity. It made the man's heart melt. But Lily's face was too thin, just like her mother's. If it were a bit rounder, she would definitely look better. It was true, this mother and daughter used to only eat leftovers every day, and she couldn't eat dishes mixed with alcohol. The original owner didn't give them any money, so they could only eat whenever food was available. Seeing Lily, the man instinctively tried to smile, but before his mouth could even curl up, he saw Lily get scared, quickly close the door and scurry back inside. The sound of Lisa comforting the child came from the room. Time passed quietly until noon. The man put down his phone and stood up, time to make lunch. Just then the bedroom door opened. Lisa, with a blank expression, walked out carrying a pile of laundry. She walked straight toward the bathroom as if she hadn't seen him standing by the sofa. Was she going to do laundry? The man suddenly remembered his own clothes from yesterday were still in the washer. Thinking this, he quickly headed toward the bathroom too. Lisa was very nervous. She hadn't expected the man to still be home. Usually at this time he would have gone out drinking long ago. Hearing his footsteps approaching her, she became even more nervous, her body trembling slightly. My clothes are still in the washer. Can I take them out to hang first? The man's voice came from behind her. Lisa, who was bending down to open the washer, was startled. Lisa realized he was asking for her opinion. Her eyes darted away, not daring to look at him. The man's eyes were full of heartache. He had just clearly seen the purple-red bruises under Lisa's neck. He gathered the clothes from the washer without continuing to look at her. I'll make lunch soon. Remember to call Lily out to eat. Lisa shrank back again, looking extremely flustered. The man knew his presence was only putting pressure on her, so he picked up the clothes from the washer, quickly went to the balcony to hang them, then walked into the kitchen. Inside the bathroom, Lisa still stood frozen, holding the laundry. Until the sounds of cooking rose from the kitchen did she snap out of it. What's wrong with him? The man was busy cooking vigorously in the kitchen. Lily didn't wait for Lisa to call her. She woke up on her own. The next moment she saw the busy figure in the kitchen. Her big pretty eyes lit up noticeably. Then she curiously lay by the kitchen doorframe watching the man's back. Lisa finished hanging the clothes and turned around to see the scene. Little Lily full of anticipation and the man in the kitchen busy working. Lisa suddenly felt somewhat broken inside. She quickly turned around, leaned against the wall, covered her face with both hands and slowly crouched down. Tears silently fell. This was a scene that only appeared in her dreams a long time ago. The man still didn't eat at the table with them. After bringing the food to the table, he hurried out the door. Hearing the door close, Lisa wiped the tears from her face, stood up, held Lily and came to the table. The food was just as delicious as breakfast. Not long after, the man pushed the door open and walked in carrying a large bag. Lily shrank back a little. The man didn't dare look at the frightened mother and daughter. He walked to the sofa, put down the bag and then spoke. I bought you some medicine, make sure you use it. And I bought a toy for the child, I do. And know if she'll like it. I saw other little girls have one, so she should too. Lisa didn't respond to him. After speaking, the man paused for a moment. I know you won't trust me, but there are things I still need to say. I won't drink anymore from now on. I won't hit you anymore. You and Lily don't need to be so scared at home. The child is still young. This kind of atmosphere at home isn't good for her. He said it all in one breath, feeling much of the depression in his heart lift. After beating his wife, the husband felt very regretful. He bought her medicine as compensation, and promised he would never do it again, because a guy had transmigrated into this wife beater. Seeing the wounds on Lisa's body, the guy's heart ached deeply. He started cooking for them and sharing the housework to make up for the harm the original owner caused. Then the bedroom door opened. Lily poked her little head out, staring curiously at him while he ate. The man tried to smile at her again. This time she didn't run away scared. He felt a slight relief inside. He put down his chopsticks, and called out to his daughter in a gentle voice, "Lily." His sudden speech made her little body tremble slightly, but she still didn't retreat. Instead she turned to look inside the room. Then, as if encouraged, she looked back at the man. A childish voice came from her mouth. "Dad." Hearing that voice, the man's eyes instantly welled up. He stood up and walked to the sofa, took out the doll he just bought, and gently shook it toward Lily. Lily was instantly attracted by the doll, but she turned to look inside the room again, then hesitantly walked toward him. At this moment the man's heart was incredibly nervous, afraid of scaring this daughter who was finally taking steps toward him. Lily seemed to know Dad wouldn't be mean to her and Mom anymore. She walked up to him, lifted her little face and showed a happy smile. "Dad doesn't smell bad anymore either." The man asked Lily, "Look at the doll in Dad's hand, isn't it pretty?" Lily's little hands moved, as if wanting to take the doll from him, but she still couldn't muster the courage to reach out. She just stared at him with her big eyes. So he slowly crouched down and gently placed the toy in Lily's hand. Lily finally took the toy she liked. Her gaze shifted from him to the doll. Her little fingers touched the doll's soft long dress. The man shed the little one holding the toy with such joy. His heart was filled with mixed emotions, especially seeing Lily's thin little face up close, and her clothes already washed pale and obviously too small. At that moment his heart felt like it was pierced by needles. The man just quietly watched Lily play beside him. At this moment he saw nothing else in the world. Inside the bedroom Lisa was even more nervous. She didn't know if letting this happen was right or wrong. Occasional laughter came from Lily outside. Lisa couldn't help but cry when she heard it. She just sat silently on the bed wiping her tears. Not long after, Lily seemed to get tired from playing. She glanced at her dad, who was still smiling at her, then turned and ran back into the bedroom. The man just stared blankly as the little one's figure disappeared. Looks like he needed to buy Lily some proper slippers. Always running around barefoot wasn't a good habit. The man woke up at 5 in the morning. After quickly washing up, he went out for his morning exercise. This body was in worse shape than he imagined. Just a short run left him out of breath, running then stopping for an hour. He finally completed 5 kilometers. This was the workout plan he had set for himself. As soon as he opened the door, he came face to face with Lisa coming out of the bathroom. She was startled when she saw him looking flustered. She said, "I didn't know you went out. I'll make breakfast right now." The man was stunned, a bit awkward facing this situation. After exercise, the sunny energy radiating from him made her uncomfortable. Used to seeing his slovenly self, this sudden brightness made her panic. She instinctively avoided him and hurried toward the kitchen. The man said, "Go watch Lily, I'll cook after I shower." Lisa quickened her pace and practically fled into the bedroom. The man looked at the closed bedroom door and shrugged helplessly. After showering he felt starving, and the original owner's alcohol addiction acted up, making him feel awful, his mouth constantly watering. He had to frantically drink hot water while cooking to ease it. Lily woke up too. After Lisa washed her up, she leaned against the kitchen doorframe watching the man cook, still holding the doll he gave her yesterday. The man turned around and saw the little one. He said, "Lily, what do you want for breakfast today? Dad will make it for you." The 2 little braids on Lily's head swayed slightly. She tilted her head, thinking hard for a long time. Then her big eyes curved into a smile. She said, "Steamed egg. Lily loves steamed egg." The man said, "Okay, steamed egg it is." He answered dotingly, wanting to reach out and ruffle Lily's little hair, but he quietly withdrew his hand, afraid of scaring this little angel. He thought, slow and steady, no rush. Lily was clearly slow, wly accepting him. This gave him hope, lifting his spirits. At that moment even the addiction and hunger seemed to stay away. He placed breakfast on the table and as usual returned to his bedroom, letting the mother and daughter eat first. But better than before, there was noticeably more laughter and conversation from outside while they ate. He waited until they finished eating, then quickly went out to have his breakfast. After washing the dishes he hurried out. The neighborhood he lived in was now old and run down. The reason they bought a place here was simply because it was cheap. He and Lisa hadn't worked long before getting married. They didn't have much money, but unfortunately in the 2 years since marriage the original owner not only didn't find a job, he also squandered their savings. Even Lisa's phone was sold for drinking money. Leaving the neighborhood, the man headed straight to the mall. As soon as he entered he saw a phone store. He wanted to buy Lisa a new phone. After the man left home, Lisa cleaned the house from top to bottom, then sat on the sofa. After 2 days of airing out, the house had no smell of alcohol. Fresh air flowed in through the window, making her feel incredibly comfortable. Watching Lily play happily, Lisa thought this kind of life is really nice. Suddenly the sound of the door lock turning startled Lisa from her thoughts. Flustered, she quickly picked up Lily, wanting to return to the bedroom, but her gaze involuntarily looked toward the door curiously. The man and a stranger's figure appeared in her view first. They were carrying a sofa into the room. The boy, who had never been in a relationship, unexpectedly transmigrated into a wife beater, but his wife and daughter did not know it. He looked at the old furniture in the house. The boy shook his head. It was hard to imagine how Lisa lived with the child in this kind of environment. So that day the boy bought a new sofa for the house. When he saw Lisa, the boy had a smile on his face. "Could you help me pour a few cups of hot water, please?" "Okay, I will go pour it right away." Lisa, who had not been in contact with outsiders for a long time, was at a loss, but she quickly reacted. Although the boy was already dripping with sweat, he was still full of energy. He and the workers moved the new sofa into the house. house, and moved the old sofa out. Then came the TV refrigerator plants. The house changed as new pieces of furniture arrived one by one. The original old look was completely refreshed. The old furniture that was replaced was eventually sold by the man for $800. Lisa felt a bit pained. Although those furniture were a bit old, they were still in good condition. $800 was really a loss, but she was more curious about where the man got so much money. Then the man walked back into the living room carrying a large bag. Satisfied, he surveyed the results of his hard work. He thought, this finally feels like home. The boy plopped down onto the soft sofa. At this moment, the mother and daughter in the kitchen were still standing there dumbfounded. Lily looked around curiously, obviously checking out the new things in the house. Seeing the little one like this, a smile hung on the man's face. He suddenly felt a great sense of achievement. He took a pink toy from the large bag on the coffee table and placed it on the table. Sure enough, after seeing the toy, Lily's attention was instantly drawn. She stared at the toy, unable to look away. One little hand was still clutching the doll. Her head leaned forward slightly, trying to see which ad it was. The boy beckoned to Lily, looking at her dotingly, and said, "Lily, come quick, see what Daddy bought for you." Lily did not run over immediately. First, she lifted her little face to look at her mother. Seeing Lisa's lips move but no words came out, she slowly walked over. By now the boy had opened the toy packaging, revealing its true form. It was a princess dollhouse. He said, "The princess house is so messy. Does Lily want to decorate the little princess home with Daddy?" Hearing the boy's words, Lily's eyes sparkled. Desire clearly showed in her eyes. The man smiled, gently picked up the little princess from the dollhouse, and waved it in front of Lily's eyes. He said, "The little princess is not dressed yet. Daddy does not know how. Can Lily help Daddy dress the little princess up beautifully, okay?" As he spoke, he handed the little princess to Lily. Lily blinked her big eyes, then tentatively raised her little hand until it touched the little princess. The man kept smile-eyeing and placed the little princess into Lily's hand. He tried using his big hand to hold Lily's little hand, until the warm little hand was held in his palm. He picked up the little princess' pink dress again, holding Lily's little hand in one and offering the little dress with the other. He said, gently, dressing the little princess is up to Lily. Can Lily teach Daddy how to do it? She looked at the little princess, then at the boy, and suddenly smiled. She said, "Daddy is so silly. Lily will teach Daddy." The little one's small white teeth showed as she laughed. She took the little dress and clumsily tried to put it on the little princess. The man laughed along with her. At this moment, this not-so-big room suddenly brightened up. Lisa leaned against the doorframe nearby, quietly watching this beautiful scene in front of her. The father and daughter did not play for long. The man looked up and saw Lisa leaning against the kitchen doorframe in a daze. Her faded light blue shirt was glaringly conspicuous at this moment, making him squint involuntarily. He suddenly remembered in a daze that this was matching family outfits. Lisa had secretly bought them without telling anyone for Lily's second birthday. Later, when the original owner found out Lisa was beaten, and her phone was sold by him, remembering this, the man fell silent. The next second he stumbled, stood up, covered his mouth, and rushed to the bathroom, starting to vomit violently. Only now did he know when a person with a conscience reviews this kind of behavior from a first-person perspective, what kind of disgusting and angry feeling it produces. This sudden change scared the mother and daughter outside. Lisa, especially trembled with fear, quickly walked to the sofa and scooped Lily into her arms. Lily dug hard into Lisa's arms, afraid that if she was a moment too late, the daddy who just finished vomiting would suddenly rush out and beat and scold her and her mom like before. In the past, every time daddy made sounds like this, he would become as terrifying as a man-eating tiger. After a long while, the man staggered out of the bathroom. His eyes were bloodshot and red all over. Looking at the frightened Lisa and Lily, his heart felt even worse. The boy transmigrated into the body of an alcoholic husband. He decided to rebuild the trust of his wife and daughter, but when he recalled the original owner's memories of beating his wife and child, his stomach churned with disgust. He quickly ran to the bathroom and started vomiting violently. This sudden action frightened the two badly. Lily burrowed deeper into Lisa's arms, afraid that if she was too slow, the dad who just finished throwing up would suddenly appear and beat and scold her and her mom like before. After a while, the man staggered out of the bathroom, his eyes bloodshot and red all over. Looking at the terrified Lisa and Lily, his heart felt even heavier. His stomach kept churning, but he forced down the discomfort and spoke weakly to them. Said sorry for scaring them, he was just feeling a bit unwell. Seeing Lisa and Lily still looking at him warily, he sidewalked past Lisa, who was holding the child, and silently went into the kitchen, picked up the vegetables and started washing them. He said, "Lily probably hasn't finished playing yet. You play with her for a while longer. I will make lunch." Lisa felt this man was both familiar and strange. She nodded. Lily cautiously peeked her little head out from her mother's embrace. Seeing that dad was still the same gentle dad, her little face finally broke into a smile again. By the time lunch was ready, the aroma of food filled the living room. The man placed the dishes on the table, then silently went back to the side bedroom. Lisa's lips moved slightly, but she could not utter a word. While eating, Lily held her little spoon, suddenly turned to look at her mother. Her little brows furrowed a puzzled look on her face. She asked, "Mommy, why doesn't Daddy eat with us anymore?" Lisa looked at the dishes on the table, her favorites. Before marriage and after, she rarely ate them, because the original owner could not handle SPI food. Hearing her daughter's question, Lisa suddenly smiled slightly. The man in the bedroom was staring blankly. He knew his sudden vomiting was a psychological issue, but there was nothing he could do about it. In his subconscious, he kept reassuring himself that it was not his fault, yet he could not change the fact that the original owner was also him. Just then he heard the sound of dishes being washed outside. He put down his phone, pushed open the bedroom door, and walked out. Food was still left for him on the dining table. Lisa was washing dishes in the kitchen. Lily was back on the sofa playing with her new toy. Seeing Dad come out, Lily was not as scared as before. The man smiled, walked over and gently ruffled her little hair, then looked toward the kitchen. Lisa had just come out of the kitchen when she saw the man man staring at her, she felt a sudden tension, and could only helplessly pinch the corner of her clothes. Saying Lisa like this, the man could not help frowning inside inwardly. It was precisely because of her gentle and reserved nature that the former devil felt so emboldened to bully her. Thinking this, the man's frown relaxed. He took the newly bought phone from the coffee table and placed it on the table. Still looking at Lisa, his voice gentle. He said, I bought you a phone, see if you like it. And there are some things I want to discuss with you. Can you come sit over here? Lisa had been looking down, but hearing the man's words she looked up. She saw the brand new phone box on the table, and slowly walked over to sit on the sofa. The man picked up the phone from the table. He did some simple setup and handed it to Lisa. Said, this phone is for you. You will need to get your own SIM card. I have already saved my number in it. If I am not at home in the future, you can call me if anything comes up. As he spoke, he pulled a stack of cash from his pocket and placed it in front of her. He said, this is cash I just withdrew. Take the child out for a walk this afternoon. Staying cooped up at home all the time is not good. Buy whatever you want, especially clothes. I can see both of yours are too small now. And get a bank card. Carrying cash around is unsafe and inconvenient. He rambled on, saying everything on his mind in one breath. Lisa raised her head, staring intently at the man before her. Listening to his rambling, her eyes gradually reddened. Seeing Lisa still had not taken the phone, he asked, do you not like this phone? He thought the color was nice and it was the latest model, so he bought it. If you do not like it, you can go buy another one. Lisa shook her head and gave the man another deep look. She said, I like it a lot, thank you. Her voice was still very soft, choked with emotion. Their eyes suddenly met. He said, glad you like it, no need to thank me. Alright, I am going to eat. Now. After speaking, he stood up and quickly walked to the dining table. Lisa was still wondering where the man got all this money to buy these things, but since he did not say, she would not actively ask. She picked up the new phone on the table and looked at it. The cyan-colored phone case felt very premium. Lily nearby put down her toy and leaned her little head over, curiously looking at the new phone in her mother's hand. Lisa reached out and gently touched the little one's head. Mother and daughter stared at the phone and started examining it. Having sweated a lot all morning, after eating and washing the dishes, the man wanted to take a hot shower, but the mother and daughter had been staying in the living room all day, making him too embarrassed to shower now. He could only return to the side bedroom feeling somewhat frustrated. The boy who had never been in a relationship transmigrated into a scumbag. The wife who had been beaten by the original owner for years had not left the house for 2 years. The boy took a stack of cash from his pocket and placed it in front of her. He said, take Lily out for a walk this afternoon. Staying cooped up at home all the time is not good. Buy whatever you want. Lisa hesitated for a moment, sitting on the sofa, then picked up the money from the table, took Lily by the hand and walked out the door. Lily had not been outside for a very long time. She loved playing outside, but before her mother never took her out and her father did not allow it. So this time she was especially happy skipping along the way. Everything outside felt new and exciting to her. Lisa felt a bit restrained. Watching the people coming and going on the street, she felt inexplicably self-conscious, especially because of the ill-fitting clothes she and Lily were wearing. The mall was not far. She remembered it was just 2 streets away. It had changed quite a bit from the mall in her memory. In just 2 years it seemed to have been renovated more elegantly. As soon as she entered, she saw a phone store. Inside there was a counter for getting SIM cards. The store was quite busy with staff hurrying about. Lisa, who had not talked to anyone for a long time, stood there feeling lost. Fortunately, a female sales clerk noticed her and Lily and proactively walked over. Asked, Miss, are you looking to buy a phone? Lisa shook her head, said no, she already had a phone and wanted to get a SIM card. Could she do it now? The sales clerk still had a smile on her face, guiding Lisa to the counter as she spoke. She said, yes, this way please. There are several plan options for you to choose from. If it is a phone of our brand, there is a discount for getting a card. Hearing discount, Lisa's eyes lit up. She quickly took the phone from her pocket and handed it to the sales clerk. Asked softly, does this work? It seems to be your brand and it was bought just this morning. The sales clerk took a careful look at Lisa. Not many of today's latest model phones had been sold, and someone coming to get a card. The sales clerk naturally thought of the man from the morning. She thought, so this mother and daughter are that handsome guy's wife and child. But why were they both so thin and wearing ill-fitting clothes? That handsome guy did not seem like someone who would treat his wife and child badly. The sales clerk was a bit puzzled, but she did not ask more and kept smiling. She said, oh, that handsome guy who bought the phone this morning is your husband. You are so lucky. That is the latest model phone we have here. With this phone you can get this plan. Lisa signed up in a daze and successfully got the card. Even after walking out of the phone store, the sales clerk's enthusiastic voice still echoed in her mind. After getting the SIM card, Lisa also opened a bank account. Holding the phone and bank card, walking out of the bank, Lisa looked at the tall buildings around her and suddenly felt alive. Now she could leave with the child. She could use the money in her hand to find a job, support herself and her child. She could even chase her dreams again. A childish voice sounded in her ear. Lily asked if she could have an ice cream. Lisa snapped back to reality, looked at Lily beside her who was almost drooling. Lisa smiled and said, okay, but only one or your tummy will hurt. Lily said, okay, love you mommy most. With the mother and daughter out, the man could finally take a shower, unaware that Lisa outside might possibly never come back. Then the man started preparing dinner, but not knowing when they would return. Afraid the food would get cold, he did not cook yet. He lay on the sofa browsing parenting tips on his phone. Browsing until he felt drowsy, he yawned and checked the time in the corner. 7 in the evening. Why were they not back yet? He suddenly sat up straight, worried something might have happened. Nervously he stood up, put on his shoes and prepared to go look for them. But just as he opened the door, he coincidentally ran into them coming back. Lisa was humming an unknown tune under her breath, showing she was in a good mood. She was carrying several shopping bags. Lily was holding onto her mother's clothes with one hand and clutching the doll with the other. What stunned the man most was that they had both changed into well-fitting new clothes. The next moment Lily sweetly leaned close and called him daddy. Lily was in an especially good mood after playing outside and getting new clothes. That call of daddy almost melted his heart. He crouched down, touched Lily's head, scooped her up and walked inside. He said, "Daddy will make you noodles today, okay, with 2 eggs." Lily happily said Lily loves eggs, Lily loves daddy most. Lisa thought to herself, the little one just said she loves mommy most, and now she switched sides. After the man placed the noodles in front of her, he habitually turned to walk toward the bedroom. Just as he turned around, he unexpectedly felt Lily tugging at his clothes. "Daddy, can you eat with Lily?" The soft voice sounded again. The man turned back to meet Lily's expectant gaze. He hesitated slightly and peeked at Lisa sitting nearby. Lisa did not speak or look at him, as if she had not heard Lily at all. The man felt at a loss. He tentatively said, "Then I will stay and eat with Lily." Lily happily patted the chair beside her, saying, "Daddy, sit by Lily." The man brought another bowl of noodles from the kitchen and sat next to Lily. For the first time, Lily ate with both her parents, and her smile never faded. After dinner, Lily wanted both parents to play with the princess dollhouse together. In the end, only the man played with Lily. Lisa went back to the master bedroom alone after eating. The man could understand that. He put himself in Lisa's shoes and thought about it. If he had suffered that kind of treatment, he would not be able to get along with the person who hurt him either. He played with Lily until 9 in the evening. Lily was so sleepy her little head kept nodding, but she still did not want to go to bed. This was the first time the boy had ever put a child to sleep. Remembering parenting tips he saw online, he gently told Lily a bedtime story. Lily felt incredibly content and drifted off into a deep sleep. The next morning, Lily was still fast asleep. The man got up early as usual, gently pushed open the bedroom door and walked into the living room. He was about to go for his morning run. He rubbed his eyes in disbelief. The ointment on the coffee table was gone. A knowing smile spread across his face. He left the house in a cheerful mood. Between his run, shower, and cooking, he spent over 2 hours. After making breakfast today, there was one more task: wake up his daughter. Lily was roused by his gentle voice, rubbing her sleepy eyes when she saw him. The little one stretched out her soft tiny arms, in a gesture wanting daddy to hold her. He immediately reached out and gently scooped her up, dressed her in the new clothes bought yesterday, then carried her out to wash up. He had learned how to take care of a child from videos, but theory was theory only. In practice did he know how hard it was. The little one's body was so delicate he was afraid to use any force. He was clumsy through the whole process, especially when tying her hair. He fumbled for ages and ended up with a crooked mess. Lily looked at her lopsided hair in the mirror, pouted and teased that daddy was a big dummy. Lisa came out of the bedroom and saw the warm scene between father and daughter. She said nothing, silently walked into the kitchen and brought out breakfast. Maybe she didn't even notice the slight smile already curling at the corners of her mouth. The family of 3 finished breakfast simply. The man continued playing with the princess dollhouse with Lily on the sofa. During their play, he casually taught her simple numbers from 1 to 10. After discovering Lily's questions, he silently made a plan to cultivate her self-learning through everyday play. From numbers to life, he would teach her slowly. It would not happen overnight. Fortunately, Lily was very smart. She just had no one to teach her before. With this gentle guidance, she quickly picked up some knowledge. He noticed that since Lisa came back yesterday, she had gained a liveliness that was missing before. This was a good sign. It made him feel much better. While downloading apps, Lisa watched the father-daughter interaction. She noticed the man subtly teaching Lily. A hint of sweetness rose in her heart. She had wanted to teach the child long ago, but before she was always being beaten by the original owner. How could she have the ability to teach her like a normal mother? Lisa looked away from them and back at her phone screen. The latest model NE downloaded apps quickly. In a few seconds, several apps were installed. She logged into her social media and instant messages popped up. They were from Anna, her former assistant who had worked with her for 2 years. Anna had been messaging her nonstop from her wedding day until just 2 days ago, mostly asking how she was, but she had never been able to reply. Seeing the long string of messages, her heart warmed slightly. She immediately replied, "Sorry Anna, I couldn't reply to you before. I am doing fine now, don't worry." The message sent, and 2 seconds later came an instant reply. Anna said, "Sis, you're finally alive. I thought you'd cut me off after getting married. Sis, you don't know, after you disappeared, rumors flew around the company. Especially that annoying Emily. She's been insufferably arrogant these 2 years. Talking bad about you to everyone, cursing you, saying you deserve it. It's so maddening." Reading Anna's message, Lisa thought it was true. After all, before she left, she had always kept Emily in check at the company. It made sense she'd act like this after her retirement. Anna asked another question, "Sis, will you ever make a comeback?" Lisa paused, a flicker of longing in her eyes. She turned to look at the man, then at Lily. After a moment, the longing slowly faded. She said, "Probably not. But if you want, Anna, we can meet up sometime." Her last post was 2 years ago, an announcement about retiring from the industry. Her followers had dropped from hundreds of thousands to a few thousand now. She scrolled through other messages, nothing else, then started browsing recent. Among them were posts about a song that recently blew up, saying a mysterious singer gained 1 million fans overnight just from a video. Curious about what this hot song sounded like, Lisa clicked on the link. The phone jumped to a video interface. A familiar guitar melody began to play. The living room suddenly fell silent. Only the song echoed in their ears. The man looked away awkwardly. Lily blinked, her big eyes bounced over to Lisa and stared at the phone. Lisa was completely stunned. This familiar singing voice, wasn't it the same one coming from his room a couple of days ago? So that day he was recording a video. Lily was the first to speak. She pointed her little finger at the phone screen, looked up at her mother, her big eyes full of curiosity. She said, "Daddy is in the phone." Lisa gently touched the little one's head. Now she understood why the man had so much money to buy new furniture for the house. The boy transmigrated into an alcoholic, abusive husband. All the money in the house had been taken by the original owner for drinking and gambling. Now there was only $1,800 left in savings. Just as the boy was at a loss, he suddenly realized this was a parallel world. Excited, the boy picked up his phone and scrolled through it constantly. This world was indeed just like the original owner's memories. The entertainment culture was completely different from his own world. Some simple pop songs could even top the charts. The boy closed his eyes and classic songs emerged one by one in his mind. Then Then the boy picked up a pen and in a moment a complete musical score appeared before him. He pulled a guitar from the wardrobe, then sat upright at the desk holding the guitar, closed his eyes and gently strummed his fingers. Then the boy recorded a video. In the video he did not show his face. He held the guitar, cleared his throat. His time it was noticeably more formal. He played and sang the complete song again. Until the song ended, the boy saved the recording. He cut out the idle time at the beginning and end. Finally he extracted the audio, paired it with the lyrics, submitted the copyright online. After uploading successfully, the boy let out a gentle breath. Finally finished. Now just wait quietly for the public reaction. This song was absolutely a smash hit in this era. A day later the boy opened his phone, wanting to see how the video performed. The moment he unlocked his phone he was shocked. Over 1 million followers on the page. With an excited heart, he continued to open the video. Over 2 million likes, nearly 1 million comments. An unstoppable smile spread across his face. A hit song with one video. And he looked at the comments section, all positive reviews, full of praise. The boy opened the back end. The earnings displayed in his wallet made him grin, without any ads. In just one day, this video generated $32,000 in revenue solely from traffic. So he bought the latest model phone for his wife Lisa. Lisa opened the trending topics, saw a recently viral song, clicked on it and familiar music started playing. The living room suddenly fell silent. The boy awkwardly looked away. Lily bounced into Lisa's lap and looked at the phone screen. Lily was the first to react. She looked up at her mother, her big eyes full of curiosity, said Daddy is in the phone. Lisa now understood why the man had so much money to buy new furniture for the house. Lily happily bounced back into the man's arms. In a milky voice said Daddy is so gentle. Lily wants to sing too and get inside the phone. The man said okay then Daddy will teach Lily to sing. When Lily learns it then she can sing inside the phone okay. Lily nodded her little head repeatedly, then happily gave the man a big kiss. Receiving this reward the man beamed with joy. Under the little one's admiring gaze he quickly ran back to the side bedroom and brought out the guitar. Back on the sofa the man held the guitar and tuned the strings. He turned his head and saw Lisa and Lily looking at him. His face rarely flushed red. Then he stroked the strings and said today Daddy will create a children's song just for Lily. Daddy will sing it once for Lily to hear. Next time Daddy sings a line and Lily follows along singing that line okay. Lily nodded happily, her little face full of anticipation. He gently strummed the strings and a lively melody filled the living room. Lily had an exceptionally good sense of rhythm, swaying gently to the melody while shaking her little head. Watching this scene, Lisa's gaze gradually softened, a smile quietly appeared on her face. She even joined in their rhythm. For the first time the whole family was immersed in an ocean of joy. At this moment even the living room brightened up. Lily bounced into the man's arms, her two little short arms tightly hugging his neck. Said Lily likes this kind of daddy. Can you not go back to how you were before okay? Tears glistened in the man's eyes. He held Lily tightly in his arms, burying his face deep in his daughter's clothes. Said Daddy will never be like that again. His voice was hoarse yet firm. Lisa could not see the man's expression at this moment. She was already crying, tears streaming down her face, but a smile hung on her lips. She knew the days of the past would never return. The man was the first to recover. He put the guitar aside and lifted Lily onto his lap. Said Lily now let's learn the song. I sing a line and you follow Daddy singing that line okay? Okay, Lily agreed very quickly. The following time became teaching time for father and daughter. The entire morning their voices filled the living room. Seeing the TW, all immersed in learning the song, Lisa silently started making lunch, but her cooking was noticeably not as good as the man's, which caused Lily to keep exclaiming during the meal that she wanted to eat Daddy's cooking from now on. This made Lisa give the little one a jealous glare. She thought indignantly, ungrateful little thing, just 2 days and she's already won over. This family atmosphere made the man very comfortable. This was what a real family should look like. Lily learned quickly in just 3 days. She could sing the whole song completely. At Lily's strong request the man also filmed a video of her and posted it online. In the video Lily wore a pink princess dress with a bow on her head. Her little body swayed with the music, looking extremely adorable. The guy just said that married women are the tastiest. The next moment he actually transmigrated into an alcoholic wife beater. After all this time trying to make amends, his wife noticed her husband seemed like a completely different person. She no longer resisted or avoided talking to him. She even started initiating conversations occasionally. In the morning the man had just finished his run. When he saw his wife coming out of the bathroom wearing her newly bought slip dress, she had just finished showering and was drying her hair. Her pretty face was slightly flushed from the warm air. They stared at each other wide-eyed. Seeing the man staring intently at her, Lisa instinctively covered her chest. Her face gradually flushed red, even her earlobes started turning pink. They had been married for over 2 years, yet this feeling now was like they were just a newly dating couple. Lisa tried to calm herself down. She greeted the man with a quick morning, and unconsciously kenned her step toward the bedroom. The man smiled helplessly, shook the wandering thoughts from his mind, and hummed a tune as he walked into the bathroom to shower. Cooking and waking Lily up was his daily routine. When he pushed open the bedroom door, Lily was still fast asleep. The little one slept sprawled out on the big bed, her little mouth slightly open. After these past few days of regular eating and sleeping, Lily's complexion had become much healthier. She was still thin, but her spirit had visibly improved. The man leaned down, gently pinched the little one's nose. Said Lily, time to wake up and eat. The little one pouted slightly and opened her eyes a crack. When she saw the man, the corners of her mouth could not help but curl up. Then she stretched out her little short arms, wrapped them around the man's neck and cooed Daddy. He placed her on the little stool in front of the sink. These past 2 days the little one had been washing her own face and brushing her teeth. Ly was very smart, she learned after just 2 days of teaching. Lisa also walked out of the bedroom at that moment. Her long hair was tied up high into a little bun. This Lisa made the man's eyes involuntarily brighten. frightened. He nodded approvingly, thinking to himself, this is the vitality a 20-something should have. But she was still too thin. A little more plumpness would definitely look better. Lisa felt a bit nervous, her cheeks slightly flushed. This was the first time she had dressed up like this at home. She did not know if it looked good. She looked up at the man still taking care of Lily, then silently walked over and sat down at the table. His eyes seemed to light up just now. That means it probably does look good, right? Wait, why did she care about his opinion? Lisa pouted angrily. She was annoyed at herself for being so weak. The man carrying the washed-up Lily sat down at that moment. Lily picked up her little spoon and started eating. Just as the man was enjoying his meal with his head down, he suddenly heard Lisa ask, "Can you come out with us today?" He looked up at Lisa, his face full of confusion. Lisa nodded without looking at him, but her earlobes were already completely red. The man agreed readily, saying sure. On the road, the man hailed a taxi. They were heading to the central city square. Lisa had arranged to meet her former assistant Anna at a milk tea shop there. The reason they brought the man and Lily alone was simply because Anna wanted to see the little one, and these past 2 days Lily had become the man's little shadow, inseparable from him. The man was purely benefiting from being attached to the little one. After 2 years of not seeing Lisa, Anna was very excited. She had bought several cups of milk tea in advance and sat in her seat staring at the store entrance. Anna and Lisa had worked together for a year and a half. They were as close as sisters. Lisa had been really good to her, but then Lisa ended up with that worthless man. Anna could not understand why Lisa insisted on being with him. She could not figure it out and had tried to advise her, but Lisa simply would not listen. Anna was lost in thought when she suddenly saw that familiar figure walking in from the entrance holding the hand of a bouncing little girl. Her eyes lit up. She abruptly stood up and waved her hand, shouting, "Lisa, sis, over here." A smile spread across Lisa's face. She thought to herself, Anna indeed had not changed, still that lively and cheerful girl.